Hello my friends, and today I am going to walk you through a home workout. Now before you as a novice step into a gym, you should be able to do a certain amount of push-ups, you should be able to at least jog for a certain distance, and you should be able to do a certain amount of squats basically. Pull-ups, depending on how much you weigh, you might be able to do one, but that's not too much of a big deal because you have the ability to use a lat pull-down machine in the gym. But I digress. Today I'm going to walk you through a home workout routine that you can follow before you go to the gym. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is push-ups. And the way, before I get into everything, the way that you're going to want to approach this sort of training routine is that you want to do this probably 4 times a week. So Monday, Tuesday, rest Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, take the weekend off, and do this exact same workout 4 times a week. Because frequency as a natural is what's going to get you the most gains in the long run. So, first thing we're going to do is push-ups. Now this is going to train your body to be able to do bench press once you get into the gym. So you're going to want to do it like you're doing a bench press. So when you have your palms, right, put them on the ground, but kind of face them diagonally into each other just a little bit. And basically you're going to want to, at the bottom of the movement where you have your hands, you're closest to the floor, you want to tuck your elbows in. And when you're at the top, that's when you kind of want to start to flare out a little bit. Because that way you're going to activate your pectoral muscles a lot better, and it's going to save your shoulder joints in the long run by tucking your elbows in. The other thing that you want to keep in mind is scapular traction. So you have a bone, it's actually like pretty much your shoulder blade, right? It's called your scapula. You have one on each side of your shoulder in the back. So what you do is you bring basically your shoulders together and you push them down and back, right? Down and back. So you want to keep it like that at all times, and that's going to save your shoulders too. If you don't do that, you will risk injury, especially if you're a heavier person. So, remember what I said? On your knees, shoulders down and back, tucked elbows, and here we go. See where I'm at the bottom? My shoulders are kind of tucked in towards my body, right? And at the top, that's when they flare out, if at all. Don't use any momentum from your legs, right? So don't be pressing with your feet. So don't be doing like this right here. You should be able to use a certain amount of leg drive, but not in the way that you're lifting your ass up from the ground, as opposed to lifting your body up with your chest. So basically this is going to work your chest, arms, and shoulders, and that's going to be your base for your upper body in the front. Oh yeah, and by the way, do about, I'd say 5 sets to failure. So in the beginning it might be, you can only do 1 push-up. So just do that 1 push-up, take a break, and then do it 5 times. Okay, so basically, the trick for squats is this. You can do it pretty much any way you want, but one thing has to happen. Your femur has to go parallel with the ground. And you should actually be able to go below parallel. So, let me back up a bit. Make sure nothing's in the way here. So yeah, pretty much put your arms wherever you want to. I can do it here. You might want to try across your chest. Whatever fits you, right? Behind the back of your head, I don't know. So, boom. Bring yourself down to where you can't even really see it. So, bring yourself down to the point where your femur is parallel with the ground in line with your knees. So either to here or even lower. This is below parallel. This is how you should squat if you're going to be training for muscular hypertrophy. So basically, down here, and then use your hips and squeeze your butt to get back to the top. So you're going to do about another 5 sets of these till failure. So again, if you're really heavy, you're going to have trouble with these. And you should be able to do more than one in this case because, you know, you'll use your legs a lot. So, I don't know, maybe you can only do 8 or 10. But the idea is for you to be able to probably get to about to the point where you can do 20 effortlessly. And again, when you lose weight, this is going to become easier. Common mistakes include taking either your heels or your balls of your feet off the ground. Your entire foot should stay on the ground at all times. Now, if that's a problem for you, you might have to do some corrective stretching. So for this portion of the workout, you're going to need 1 or 2 small dumbbells. This is a 15-pounder. Believe me, I can press more than this. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to be showing you strict form. So, you know, whatever feels right for you. If you can get some cheap dumbbells at like a thrift shop or, I don't know, flea market or on Kijiji or something, go ahead, get them for yourself. And we're going to do some presses. Now the way that we're going to do this is you're going to have your scapula in retraction like before, so chest up, shoulders back, and down. You're going to have your elbow a little bit in front of your body, and this is how you're going to carry it. Well, you're going to carry it with a parallel grip, and then we're going to press upwards, shrugging with the trapezius. This is going to work your triceps, delts, trapezius, and your core to some extent too, because keep in mind, your core is what's keeping your whole body stable. You know, if you have a weight and it's above your body, you have to work to keep that stable. So this is a core workout too. So bend your knees just a little bit, right? So bend your knees just a little bit. Keep it like I told you. And press upwards. Common mistakes include, now I'm going to exaggerate this again. Common mistakes include pushing away from your body. So this shit right here, this is not above your head. Keep in mind, keep mindful for that. That's not how you should be doing this shit. Imagine that this is one big item and you have to, because if it was a barbell, you can't push, you know, you'll get yourself in the jaw. So you have to move your head out of the way on a barbell, so, right? You have to shrug behind the head. Now again, don't exaggerate it that way either. Don't be doing this, because that's going to hurt you really bad. But that's generally how you should approach that. We're going to do some actual focus exercise, some isolation of the core. So what we're going to do is crunches and planks. Now again, you don't need to buy anything for this. You know, you can do this just at home with, you know, nothing. But if you want to go the extra distance, find something heavy, such as a kettlebell, a dumbbell, or you know, a piece of wood or rock that you find out in the, you know, out in the wilderness, out in the yard, and put it behind your head. So I don't know. Let's say this flip-flop is like, I don't know, something. So what we're gonna do, lay flat against the floor, keep our knees bent and our heels, actually our whole foot on the ground. And what we're gonna do first, right, you crunch. You just bring it to the point where your abdominals are fully contracted. That's all you need to do here. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna want to feel it in your stomach. The abdominal muscles that are in your stomach are going to be contracting. You should be able to feel them contract. So if you have to, keep one hand on your stomach to feel the contraction happening with your muscles. Common mistakes include this here, where you're just moving your neck. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish doing this. You know, get like some swole, you know, neck muscles or something. And then the other thing, this is a full sit-up. Now that does contract your abdominals fully, but it also incorporates your hip flexors. For the sake of this, we're only going to be doing crunches because, again, not everybody can do sit-ups. When your muscles fully contract, that's as far as they need to go. Also, if you don't know how to do sit-ups properly, you can ingrain a faulty motor pattern in your sit-up form to where you might hurt your back or your groin muscles or something. So we're going to just keep it to crunches for now. We're going to do about 5 sets of 10 crunches. And then we're going to go to planks. Now the difference between planks and every other exercise that we've done so far is this. They're a stabilizing exercise. So it's not about how many you can do, because we're only going to be doing sets of 1. It's about how long you can do it. So basically, take the fronts of your, arms here. Keep yourself in spinal neutrality. So try to keep a at least stable spine, and keep yourself elevated off the ground with your toes and with the fronts of your arms here. And again, you should be contracting your abdominals through this, and you should be able to feel your body try to stabilize, and eventually it's going to get to the point where I can't take it anymore, and you'll fall. But you want to do that for 3 sets. We'll do it 3 times with rests in between for as long as you can. Okay, so now we're out in nature. Now, if you don't have a pull-up bar at home, you can get home pull-up bars for about $20 at Walmart or at the thrift store or something, but you don't need to buy one. All you need to do is find a place where you can go out into nature, like this playground after hours. You could find a tree in the woods, and you can do some pull-ups on it. So most people aren't even going to be able to do one. So what we're going to want to do is, you're going to notice I jump up, and then I control myself on the way down. And you can do this either with an overhand or an underhand grip. Underhand is usually easier for most people, but you can see there was a wasp that got me there. Well, it didn't get me, but it almost did. Anyway, but yeah, just bring yourself up, jump up, or bring a stool or something, right? Something to where you can get to the very top of the lift without having to, contract your muscles, and then control yourself all the way down. And eventually, we're going to do about 3 or 4 sets of as many as you can do. Eventually, you'll be able to do full pull-ups, and then you're going to want to switch to those. Anyway, the next scene is pretty much just me, screwing around. You don't have to add this into your routine if you don't want to. It could help your pull-ups, but basically the next thing you're going to do is you're going to either, if you're really heavy and you can't jog for more than 5 minutes, what I'd recommend you do is either jog for 15-20 minutes, and then every week bump that up by 5 minutes until you get to 40 minutes. If you can't jog, then just walk for 45 minutes every time you go do this workout. So guys, that is your workout. You're going to be doing it 4 times a week, and trust me, you are going to get stronger doing this. Now, for progression, home workouts, it doesn't really matter too much because your body can always recover from home workouts. So go ahead and try to put an extra rep on every time that you go to do your exercise for the day. So even if it's for 1 set out of a single exercise, so if you're just doing squats, right? One day you want to make sure that one of those sets has 9 reps instead of 8. And you want to be focusing on getting all of your sets on all of your exercises to a point where they're growing. And so when it gets to the point where you can do 12 push-ups, effortlessly, when you can do 20 body weight squats effortlessly, when you can do, maybe one pull-up, and when you can do those crunches for sets of 20 like a joke, okay? That's when you want to be able to go to the gym. That's when you want to consider getting a gym pass, because that's where you're going to notice your training at home isn't going to cut it anymore. You're going to have to go to the gym and take your training to that next level. So I hope that's helped everybody. If I have helped you, please give me a like. If you're going to try this routine, share it with a friend so you guys can do it together. And if you get to the point where you've graduated to going to the gym, contact me, send me an email or PM, and I can make you a program. Or I can coach you for 8 weeks. But that is it for today, everybody. Thank you very much for watching the video. Until next time, take care, be safe.